during the Second World War, London was under the Blitz. They were being devastated. He never left his post. He didn't go to the countryside. He stayed in London to make sure he was there. And then the London Bezdin was bombed. There's pictures of Chazaq Abramsky, a 60, 70-year-old man, climbing up on these rocks to get to the Bezdin's window, because in the Bezdin he had the safe of all the gittin that he had done since he was in London, and there should be rayas, there should be proof that the women should be able to remarry when the time run came. Can you imagine? Those things were not stable. They make one wrong move, you come tumbling down. But he was driven by chesed. Leadership means kindness. You have to be there to help people. I mean, your students, your family members, the teachers, everyone.
Berachim Abayim, and welcome to Torah Talks Chazaq's program with special guests. We have with us all the way from Brooklyn, my Minal, my former principal at the Yeshiva Tiferes Moshe, Rabbi Yaakov Meishli Baruch Haba.
Pleasure.
So nice to see the Rav here at the Chazaq headquarters.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Baruch Haba. So we're going to be speaking about the role of kindness, of chesed in chinuch in Jewish education. But before we do that exciting topic, if we get a little bit of background about the Rebbe.
Okay, so I came to Yeshiva Chafetz Chaim in 1964, and I left in 1980.
Wow.
All right, I had the schus and the opportunity to have some wonderful Rebbeim. Rabbi Moshe Chait in high school, Rabbi Wiener, Rabbi Ksiran, and Moshe Chait. So I Rabbi Movik in Eretz Yisrael. Then I came back to the Yeshiva, and I hope I was a loyal Talmud to the Rishi Reb Henech. All right, and they empowered us. They inspired us to be Marbitzei Torah. Share Torah Klal Yisrael.
That's what they do, yeah, 100%. Yeah. And right after that, there was... I
had a few positions. I went to Milwaukee when they opened up the yeshiva. I was a high school rebbe and the feeder and the elementary school Gemara teacher. They called you the Talmudist, right? Did all the Gemara in the junior high. Then from there I went to Hebrew Academy in Suffolk County, and from there from the Suffolk County I went to
Sharei Torah.
I went to Eretz Yisrael for a while, right? And then I went to Sharei Torah, and then I came to Tiferes Moshe, which my oldest son was a student here before he moved out.
Oh wow, amazing.
I mean, it's Reb Henech's yeshiva. It's important because Tiferes Moshe is named after his uncle, Moshe Leibowitz, and who was his rebbe for a number of years when his father was around when he was traveling in America. So that's the background.
Amazing. 22 years in Minal Yeshiva Tiferes Moshe. Right. I remember my years there for 8 years. Amazing, Baruch Hashem. And if the Rebbe would define the Rebbe's mission, what would that be?
My mission is the same mission of the Alter Slabaka, who heard it from the Rabbi Yisrael Salantich, and it doesn't change and shouldn't change. So the Alter went to speak. I'm opening up Slabaka Yeshiva. Right. Only Yechidei school, only special, unique, brainiacs who were going to yeshiva in those days. He says, what should be my mission? What should I be doing in yeshiva Slabaka? So he quoted a passage, "Lahachios ruach shefalim," to raise up the word of the spirit of the broken, of the weak, and lahachios, and bring life to ruach hanitchachim to the ones who would feel broken at that time, which was very common in Europe. So basically, they had it was more than just a place to learn. It's a place to create people, create men, to recognize that the great of the great still have to be built up, and they have to be shown, and they have to reach their full potential. And I just want to make a mention. Slabaka had Rabbi Aaron Kotler at that time, Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky. I mean, they had Rabbi Ruderman, they had Rabbi Dov Leibowitz, they had all the great, you would think they need to be built up. Every Jew needs to be built up. Kosher Kenau told me, to my students.
Wow, very, very, very powerful. So we know that Olam Chesed Yiban HaKadosh Baruch Hu built the world of kindness. How does that connect with the role of chinuch of Jewish education?
So we used to say in Tiferes Moshe that the yeshiva is a chesed organization. It's there for the talmidim, for their parents, for their siblings, for their friends, whoever. So we have to be there for them. And that means that we have to envision everything we do in yeshiva, no matter what it is. Am I fulfilling the achrayas of being about chesed? I just want to share unbelievable idea from the Shari Tshuva. How do you do the mitzvah chesed? It's very easy. I give food to someone, I drive them someplace. But I'll tell you an eye-opener from the Rabbeinu Yonah, who is a Rishon. So he said the following. I'm going to tell you what you have to go. Zuga milas chasodim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Klal Yisrael, you know how you're going to root has to be a root of chesed. Now, how do you do that? Gedolach milas chasodim, yosem and tzedakah. Then he starts saying about what does chesed entail? Okay, so he says, ki chayev, one line, adam litroach. A person has to work hard, has to be a slave laborer, bedrishus tov liamo. He has to be not just a bystander. He has to be dorish. Now that lashon means you have to look for the opportunities to help other people. The lishgold, be amal nafsho, and to be shocked. Shocked. You know, the last shocked in Klal Yisrael was Rabbi Yosef. Imagine someone like Rabbi Yosef doing chesed. Okay, al takanas chevero imdal v'moshe. If he's rich or he's healthy, or he's not, he's poor. A person has to look for the opportunity. He has to be, they say in Yiddish, ligin. You have to be living in the midst of chesed. And that pertains to everything we do. And I want to bring a more story. Chazaq Abramsi was the head chief dayan in London. So during the war, during the Second World War, London was under the Blitz. They were being devastated. He never left his post. He didn't go to the countryside. He stayed in London to make sure he was there. And then the London Bezdin was bombed. There's pictures of Chazaq Abramsi, a 60, 70-year-old man, climbing up on these rocks to get to the Bezdin's window, because in the Bezdin he had the safe of all the gittin that he had done since he was in London, and there should be rayas, there should be proof that the women should be able to remarry when the time run came. Can you imagine? Those things were not stable. They make one wrong move, you come tumbling down. But he was driven by chesed. Leadership means kindness. You have to be there to help people. I mean, your students, your family members, the teachers, everyone.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So we all know Avram Avinu was...
well, you mentioned Avram, can I say something about Avram? Not that I prepared it. The Altav and Savak has a very big question. When it came to doing chesed, there's 11 psukim telling what Avram Avinu did when the three malachim over the Avodah Zarah came to his house. He was a busboy. He was the waiter. He was the baker, the candlestick maker. He bought everything, right? He took care of them, and he did it with El Baka Rotz Avraham. He was mamahir. He ran very fast. I mean, I will tell you too. I'm not a 90-year-old man, but if I was 99 years old, 100, and they gave me a bris milah, thank God I was 8 days old. I took care of that mitzvah. All right. But he's an 8th, and it's the 3rd day after the
most painful
day. And Hashem took the sun out of its orbit in the Sahara Desert. You know, the Sahara Desert was plenty hot without Hashem making any. But why? So Avram Avinu should not have to run out and do chesed. Give him a day off. So I like when my Rebbe Cheit said over, my Rebbe said over the shmooze from the altar. He said he was more dead than alive when he couldn't do chesed. He lived so much to do chesed. I'd rather not be around if I can't do chesed.
Wow!
And that's what Avram Avinu did. And the way he did it by himself. The one mitzvah he had his child do, a chinuch habanim, was bring water, and because of that, Klal Yisrael, because it was a chesed with unbelievable kindness, but a little bit diminished because he didn't do it himself. He had his son do it, so they come to get water for Klal Yisrael. In the midbar, right, Miriam's well, what do we have to do for that? It had to come al Yedei Moshe, not al Yedei Hashem himself. Hashem would have been more than capable of just making water come down, right? He can make the sea, he can make a sea without salt, right? He can make the Pacific, the Atlantic, the Mediterranean, the Caribbean. They'll not have to be salt. He can do it without salt. But he wanted Moshe to do it himself because we were not zocha to have Hashem's perfect hand in creating water for us on needs. We got plenty of water, we survived. But it was not through HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. That's the message from there. It's just a remarkable message. I just want to mention one other place in the Torah, and that falls under the gather of Chesed Shel Torah. There's more than Alter talks about Chesed and Chesed Shel Torah. The Torah standards for doing Chesed are different than any system that exists in the world. I will show a pasuk, from Shmos, when the Manchester Yeshiva brings us down. He says, when he told the midwives, he told Miriam, Yocheved and Miriam, you gotta kill the baby. So what was their reaction? Vatichena hamayaldos es Elokim. They had Yira Shemayim, and therefore they did not commit murder. V'lo osu kasher diba aleim melech Mitzrayim, vatichena es Elotim. So what do you mean vatichena? He brought them life. They were alive. Said he didn't kill them. Okay, because there's two levels. The first level is when a person does kindness, it has to be done with unadulterated secondary priorities. It should be focused only on one thing. And what makes it the best chesed? Vatirena me'aldos. They feared Hashem. That's why you don't kill a child? Because you have God, you're a God-fearing person. You don't kill a child because it's lo tzach. What human being takes an 8-year-old boy and kills him? Lo aleinu. Only the Nazis did that. We never saw anything. And now, on October 7th, they did that as well. Okay, they had their great rebbeim. Their Nazis were the great rebbeim, rabbis for them. Okay, therefore we see that you have to not only keep them alive, not only you do chesed done because the Torah demands it. How it's demanded, you saw from Adon how it's demanded. That's the chiyuv of chesed we have. I want to say, therefore, it ends up and says like this. The end of that pasuk, it says, "Vayechena seyaladim," and they allowed the children to live. What do you want them to live? You did your job. You wouldn't kill them. I understand. All right. You birthed them. You brought them to life. But then what happened? They couldn't abandon them because the Torah demands if I have a child in front of me, what can I do for the child? They put their lives on the line. The Egyptian Gestapo was looking for these two midwives. All right, but they just couldn't abandon those little children. Except for Tichena, and they gave them milk, gave them water, milk, and something to eat. And Hashem took over after that. Now, every moment they were doing this chesed for these children and for these mothers, right? Every moment they put their lives for sakana. Sometimes the Torah says you have to give your life to do a chesed. Chazaq Abramsky, he did a lot. He was prepared to give his life. I don't know. I did see pictures of London after the Blitz. The last place you want to be is a rock pile of rocks on the 5th floor.
Wow.
Okay, he did it. Right? That's what it is, and that's what the women did, and that's what in Manchester Yeshiva calls us Chesed Shel Torah. The Chesed of Torah is above and beyond. The average person that doesn't kill babies, he walks. I didn't do my job. No. Chesed Shel Torah demands even a higher level, and that's what we have to always stem. What does it do?
Amazing. So, what message can we give over to parents when it comes to parents to children?
Okay, that we have children, we have obligations to take care of them. It should not be an obligation, it should be an opportunity to do chesed. What we can do for our children, what the school can do, what the rebbeim can do, what the teachers can do, also what the parents can do. They're not part of it. They're the parents.
I've seen that parents say, listen, I gave them to the yeshiva, to the school, let them deal with it. But they should from their partners.
Their partners, and the school can only do so much. And one of the big educators in Israel, Rabbi Yaakov, once spoke, and he said that the role of a parent is to support the child, the role of the yeshiva is to educate the child.
Beautiful.
All right? Means sometimes education could be with a strong hand. The parent has to say, I understand. My my daughter's a wonderful person. We will do better next time. The child should never feel that their parents abandoned them. They're there for them. And the school has demands, have to expect children to grow and to strive.
100%. There's a famous saying by Rabbi Yaakov Zatzal. He said that there was a child. He wasn't behaving so much. What did he tell the parents? That he should be relaxed. Why? Because he has a very big neshama and a small body. Right now he's a little bit wild. Right. And what chizuk, inspiration could the Rav give towards parents or educators that have certain children that are a little bit wild, or jumping around?
A lot of children are wild. I have many boys. 5 boys were more wild than the next, Baruch Hashem. Many girls, they were more tame. Okay, but Reb Chaim Moser was a wild child. All right, his Rebbe had to come teach him Torah as he was climbing a tree. Imagine this little boy. Who was he? He became Reb Chaim Moser. I think he was the one who brought a goat into the base medrash and put the goat in the Aron Kodesh.
Oh, wow.
Right? So let's say that would happen today. The world will come to an end. The world doesn't come to an end. That child, which became Reb Chaim Moser, had to be handheld how to teach this child. No two children are the same. Every child is different. No two children in the same family are the same. They should not be driven by what worked for one works for the other. We have to know what works for my child, this child. That's our goal. And they also have to have respect in the education institution. That if they truly do, and we do, care about their children, they have to recognize that and work together as a partner with the yeshiva. The yeshiva doesn't own the child, okay? But the parent is giving all that child the shlichus, the partnership to educate my child. We can only do it with the support of the parent.
100%. Enjoying every single word, Rabbi May. Such beautiful gems. We have a minhag, a custom on Torah Talks, a final message for our broad audience.
I thought I said every message I know. Okay, lahachios ruach shafalim, lahachios lev nikayim. The final message was the first message because it's the most important message. The role of the yeshiva is to raise up the child. The role of the Beis Yaakov, the girls' schools, to raise up the child, okay? And when the child is not successful, when he's down, lev nikayim, have to raise him up also. We're not only there for the superstars, we're there for every other child. If the yeshiva was only there for superstars, there would have been very few people learning in Kolo.
It's true, 100%. Very, very, very true.
Right.
Every single child, you have to be there for them,
right?
No matter what the situation.
Lev nikayim, all right, those who are broken. And just to bring Rabbi Yisrael Salata said that was a message to Slabati Yeshiva. Unbelievable. All right? And that was 150 years ago.
How much more so today? A lot more so. Well, beautiful, Rabbi Yaakov. Thank you very much. Yagda Torah V'Yadir. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Chazaq Torah Talks, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday nights, with special guests. Baruch Hashem, the feedback has been amazing. Chazir Hashem, please continue sending over Baruch Hashem the positivity and comments, whatever you can do. We appreciate that. We want to thank our friends at Torah Anytime and the many different platforms that are hosting Chazaq Torah Talks. Special thank you also to Daily Giving. $1 a day goes a very, very far away. We encourage everyone to look into that. And Bezat Hashem, we're looking forward to seeing you all in many more programs and Torah Talks. And we shall all be zachar, we shall all merit to see the Geulah Shlema, the redemption, and Shekam B'Marav Meinu, speaking our days of men of men. Special thank you to Natan Behar behind the camera, the entire Chazaq staff, team, board members, staff members, volunteers. Baruch Hashem, so many of them doing such amazing work, and we should only hear B'Sarot Tovat. Beautiful.